Good day. Thank you for calling Dr. Drip Plumbing. This is Noah, your virtual assistant. How can I assist you today?
123 Sunbeam Street in Allenbrook.
Great. And could you please provide your email address?
ricky.patel@gmail.com.
Just to confirm, your email is ricky.patel@gmail.com. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you for confirming. Can you describe the issue you're experiencing with the leaking tap?
Hey guys, in this video we're going to learn how to make an AI assistant for chat and voice. So first thing first, we'll go log into our sub account that we want to create it in, go into assistants, which will open the workspace for that sub account. Now we'll click on create assistant and click on, we've got three methods to do it. So first is generate for me, where AI will generate an AI assistant for you. Import from ID. So if you've got a pre-made assistant, you can import from and you want to import from one sub account to other, you can do it, or within the same sub account, or you can start, and if you're an expert prompt writer, you can start with blank model, right? So we'll go with generate for ID for now. And for your reference, what to do, we put this show example. So it gives you an example how to write it, if in case you don't know how to write this prompt. So we want to create a new sales rep and solar test, and what I've given it in what is in the prompt. I want a sales rep to manage my sales process, and you can give it a name here if you don't want random names. Named Ashley. I need a sales rep that can qualify, book appointment, provide information, and book appointments for my company. And I need to ask these three questions, and once the questions have answered, we can book an appointment, right? So let's create an assistant and see what it comes up with. Normally, if we have the right website, so in this case I have the assistant's my own website in there, but if you have this solar company's website there, it will go and read it, and it will go and find out the offerings of that company. So it will so you saw that there was a summary here, so it will go to the website, find out the summary, check the offerings, and try to make the prompt according to that website. So whatever offering you have got on your website. So where do you want that? So where should be the domain? Domain should be inside your business settings, and domain should always have HTTPS at the start of it for us to go and read it, so make sure to ensure that it is secure. So without further delay, now see if we have got this new solar app with solar test as I named it, and the prompt is completely created for us. Then you're Ashley, and it has given it an identity, style guide rails, response guidelines, and task. What you can do to fine tune this prompt. So what I personally do is I personally add about a company. So you can create a small summary from ChatGPT. So you give it your website and say, hey, create me an about my company summary. Do it, put it here. What that does is gives it a context of about your company without going through the knowledge base, or without trying to guess it. So it will give it more context. And if you have, just say, if you want to mention your best-selling services, try not doing it too much. 4 or 5 services, maximum 4 or 5. I normally do 1 or 2 only, but you can do our services. So now one thing you would realize is all the headlines are double hashtagged. It tells it that this is a headline, and this is what the context. So to apply correct context, try to give it headlines and keep it uniform. Now try not to change style guide rails, or don't change style guide rails and response guidelines. You can add to it, but do not modify it or change it. You can add more things to it, like if you want it to say talk some way. So in the style guide, it'll say you can say you speak with a southern accent, so it or southern draft. It will incorporate that in its conversation, right? So that's what you should do there. Now, when it comes to task, so I normally change the greet user warmly, and I always start with introduce yourself as Ashley from the solar company, and I an AI sales assistant from the solar company, and ask the user how are they. So you realize I did 3 spaces and a dash, so that's the first condition, or a task under a task. So if there's a condition under a task, say the condition is when the user replies, tell the user that you so they filled in on our Facebook ads to show interest in selling as a solar system at their house to see. So when you're doing it, just try to keep it really simple. Don't overcomplicate it, and write it in plain simple language without double negatives. So double negatives can confuse an AI assistant. So what I've done is it's kept it really simple. Introduce yourself as Ashley, an AI sales assistant from Solar Company. Ask the user how are they, right? And then when the user replies, tell the user that you saw that they filled a form on our Facebook ad and to show their interest, and to find out how best how we can help them, we need to ask them a few questions. Is that okay? So obviously once they do hit okay, then it will go to task 2 about their home. Again, see, the conditions are with a single dash, 3 spaces and a single dash. When there is a condition inside a condition, say if you have condition 3 dash, then put 3 more dash and put double dash. So this is condition inside a condition. So try not to go more than 2 conditions, because then again it will confuse the assistant. But if it's condition inside a condition, this is how you address it, right? So it is really simple, and yeah, it's easy to address. So save changes. What else you can do? So we've got our company, about our company. We have given it about our services. At the end of the prompt, what you can also do is 5 or 10 frequently asked questions and their answers. And when you do these FAQs, write them like this: question, and answer. And when you put the second question, then again it would be question and answer, and then the question right there and answer there. So that's frequently asked question, right? What else you can do to enhance this? So also you can write objections and rebuttals. And how you should do it? Same deal like question and answer. You have objection, if I can spell right. So that's objection, and rebuttal. And that's your first object, and its rebuttal will go here. And then if you have more, then you just go ahead and put more again objection here, rebuttal, and write the objection and write the rebuttal in front of it. What this will do is it will keep the assistant in line. It will have the full knowledge of what you're doing and how you're doing. If you are, say, going across working across different states, what I'll do is in the description I'll put a book an appointment prompt, which you can delete all this and put a heading called book an appointment. Again, if I can spell it right. So you can have a heading called book an appointment, and you can delete it where if the candidate installs, you can all say collect number and then go to book an appointment. Instead of check availability, it will go to the book an appointment section, and you can delete the rest of it. You can put it under here. I'm going to leave my booking prompt under this video, which you can copy paste and use, and that will book the appointment. Always book the appointment in the right time zone, in the right time. So to make it happen, just do this. Once you've done this, just do save changes. Now what else is required? So once this is done, we'll select the voice. So I normally use Emily, and you have 60 or 70 plus voices to choose from different providers like Play, 11 Labs, OpenAI, Play HD. So you can choose that. Now we have an interesting feature where you can always also clone your voice. So if you want to try cloning your voice, there are a few important things you need to remember. And if you're using someone's voice, you should have express written permission to use the voice for commercial purposes, and you are legally owner of that voice. So it shouldn't, and you should not use the generated voice for illegal, fraudulent or harmful purposes. So you are responsible for using this feature, and if be very careful, use it legally and within the boundaries of legal boundaries. Now, once you've assigned the voice, you can select model here. I will leave it 4.0. It's the best model out there. You can decrease the time to 5 seconds because you don't want them to wait too much. You don't want to make it 0 also, because then again, instant replies don't look good either. Max responses, I normally keep it at 100. So after 100 responses, AI will stop. You should not even need 100. If somebody is not converting for 10 or 15 responses, basically they won't convert. I just keep it 100 for the sake of it. In the temperature, I normally put 2.5, and if it's still not good enough, try 2.0. Then you can enable sleep mode. What is sleep mode? In case you intervene in between a conversation. So a conversation is happening or a chat's happening, and you typed a message, or there's an automation message that came across. You don't want AI to keep talking and this is still going on. So if you enable sleep mode, what that will do is it will just stop the AI for that many minutes. So the AI will stop responding for these many minutes, and then once from the last message 15 minutes have been passed, or you can do 20, 25, whatever you like. Once that has passed, then the AI will start engaging back again. Tools and abilities. So these are the tools we're giving assistant to do its job, right? So if you want an assistant to update the details like name, email, phone number, you need to add it to assistant. If you want them to update the address, add it to assistant. If you want it to book appointment, give access to all 5. Now give it access to create task if you want it to create task inside for you when there's a human intervention required, and give access to create note. Now to use these, appointment functions are used automatically, but if you want to use these and you want to make sure they get called every time, reference them in your prompt. So example, I want to update name, address, phone number. How would I reference that in my prompt, right? We'll go check our prompt where we are collecting the name and address. So collect the user's contact information, name, address. We will write once the user provides their name, provides the information, use tool, update details. So what you always do is you need to have underscore in between that. These might not have it because they're there to make it look pretty, but always have underscore in between. So it will, the correct tool is called used, and it needs to be in this word, use tool, update details to save data to CRM. So what now this will make sure it will call this tool all the time. So yeah, same with address. If you're asking for address, so use tool update underscore address to save data to CRM. That will make sure this tool is called at all times. Then in the call settings, so one more thing with the voice, now response speed, try to bring between 9.1 and 9.2, and sensitivity, I normally go to 7.5. You can change it to where you want, between 7.5 and 8. I think 8 would be better. Talk speed is 0.95 for Emily. That's what I use. You can change it. Voice emotion, leave it as is. If you put too much up or too much down, it will be flat. It will have no emotions. If you put it too far on the other side, then it will have too much emotions, and it will sound really weird, and also it will have delays in its responses, because to modulate too much emotion, there's too much text to speech synthesis and streaming services required. So this is the optimal setting. It's up to you how you want to do it, but that's my optimal settings, right? In the call settings, now we'll come to call settings. If you want to opt out of recording and transcript, you can turn this on. Now, if you call duration, you can enable call duration if you think your calls can be abused, or people are keeping it live for hours or 15-20 minutes. Just put a call duration, and after this duration, phone call will be disconnected. Background noise, this is and these are all basically phone call settings, right? So background noise, we have different kind of background noise, like coffee shop, convention hall, summer outdoor, mountain, static, or call center. These are the noises that you will hear behind an AI assistant when it's talking to mimic more human side of behavior. So what that means is, I normally use coffee shop. Reason, it feels like you're even though it says coffee shop, but it feels like your AI is sitting in an office and there's some chatter going behind it, so it looks like more humane. Rules of engagement, AI can start with a dynamic message. So if you want AI to say, hello, hey, this is Ricky from Assistants, how are you doing? AI start with a predetermined message. So for this, once you select it, you would have to type the intro message here, which you want AI to start conversing with, or that's for phone calls, right? And when the context starts, what this will mean is AI will stay silent if the context speaks first. The caveat to this is, once the context speaks, it may take a second or two before AI will speak. So just be mindful of that. I always keep it at AI starts. Now, if you want to leave a specific voicemail when it detects voicemail, turn this on and type your voicemail in here. What that will do is it will leave, once it detects a voicemail, it will leave an exact voicemail for them. Knowledge base, you can assign knowledge bases. In my case, I assigned the assistant's knowledge base in there. You can create knowledge base. We have shown you how to create knowledge base in the previous videos. You can use that. Calendars, you can click on, if you want the assistant to make a booking, you click on the calendars and click on add to assistant. So now output filter, what this is if you want to find and replace. So I want to find in the response, got it, and I want to replace it with thanks for the info. So every time instead of saying got it, it will say thanks for the info. To make it active, you just have to add it to assistant. So once you add it, then it will work. If you don't add it, it will not work. So just make sure it is active at all times. So that's how easy to create an assistant, right? So now you can assign an active tag or a phone number. Active tag is for chat. So how to assign active tag? You just create a tag, give it a name, and then assign an agent. We have videos next up how to deploy it in chat assistants for this, and please go through the videos. If you next videos you will find how to deploy it for chat. And same deal, if you want to assign a phone number, you click on the phone number. If you don't have a phone number here, you can buy it or you can import it from Twilio. The guide from import Twilio is below. Buying a number is easy. You click buy, put your area code and buy a number. Once you bought a number, it will show with a platform indication against it. You can just click on the three dots, assign the assistant, so new sales solar rep, and save changes. What that will mean is this number is now assigned to this assistant. How to deploy it, we'll show it in the next video. Thanks.